one thing you'll realize as we start talking to prospects is that you can't sell to everyone. Not everyone is going to have a need for the products or services, and not all prospects will be a good fit for your products or services. Now, going through your network of connections, you probably have a decent size list of people you could reach out to. And based on our funnel math, we need to engage with a lot of prospects. We need to engage with a lot of prospects just to get a couple deals closed. So we need to cast a wide net, aka we just can't be too picky with who we're talking to because we don't really know yet who's going to end up becoming a client. But we can't talk to everyone in the world. And keep in mind, not everybody needs what you do. So we need to narrow it down a bit. So who do we talk to and who do we want to focus our energy on? We call this targeting. We'll want to target the people who have a high propensity to buy what we're selling. Imagine for a moment you were selling a new diaper that automatically cleans up all of the mess a baby makes without the parent needing to clean the baby. Who would you want to target your product to? Would you try to sell it to college students? No. Would you try to sell it to retired grandparents? Also no. Your ideal target is going to be a parent with one or more child in diapers. In the sourcing stage, you're figuring out who needs your products, finding those people, and then reaching out to them. So who is a good fit for us? Now, early on, it may be a little difficult to decipher who is a good fit for you and who's not a good fit. But over time, you'll hone in on what's known as your ideal client profile. Your ICP defines the client that is best fit for the solutions that you offer. These are the types of people that you want to be spending the most time with during the sales process because they have the highest chance of closing. This is so important because when you draft a single email or you dial the phone, you have to understand who you're selling to, who's on the receiving line of that email or phone call. Once you define your target market or who your target prospect is, you can craft a unique sales pitch that will speak directly to them, resulting in more conversations and more sales. So how do we define our ideal client? When you join on at an established firm, they probably already have an ICP designed for you, but it's important that you understand what goes into it. At the end of the day, this will make you a much more effective salesperson. And over time, you may develop a slightly different and unique ICP compared to others at your company. So let's walk through how to create an ICP from scratch. Your ICP is a set of attributes that outlines the type of prospect that has the highest propensity to buy your good or service. In any given state, there could be tens and thousands of people who could buy your product, but not everyone will be a good fit for your product. And creating an ICP is an easy way to narrow down your prospects. Some common examples of attributes could be location, right? The city or neighborhood they're in, the type of job they have or industry they work in, what kind of income size does that job or industry have? What is their family size? What is the state of their health, right? What are their hobbies? Do they engage in community events? And do you have shared backgrounds or interests? And keep in mind, shared backgrounds and interests is always going to be your foot in the door with cold prospects, right? So cold is someone you don't know or have any mutual connection to, but you could share a common interest and you won't know until you do a little bit more research on that person's background. Now, most of these characteristics can be researched online before speaking to the prospect. It is important that you do your research ahead of time so you can save time in the long run. Spending 5 minutes researching that person or the company that they work for will save you hours in the long run, and you may be able to disqualify them sooner before you even engage with them. We just looked at what attributes make up a good ICP, but how do we know which clients to start off with and who's going to be a good fit for what we're selling? An easy way to define your ICP is to look at existing data. If you're just starting out and you have absolutely zero clients of your own, talk to more senior reps in your area. What's working for them? Which clients are paying and successfully using your services? Once you build a client base of your own, be sure to analyze those clients and dissect what makes them a good fit or not a good fit. Take your current clients and list out all of their ICP attributes and list out the ICP attributes for each one. Then look for commonalities and patterns to decide where you should focus your efforts. If you have a lot of customers that live in a certain city and make a similar income and have 2 kids or 3 cars, then it's a good bet that part of your ICP would include clients with similar attributes. If, on the other hand, you have 0 current clients that are recent college graduates with a new job, then maybe that's something you want to avoid, and maybe that's a group of people that you don't want to spend time with prospecting. Or it could be a new industry to explore. Either way, once you have the data in front of you, you can start to be more methodical in who you target and who you attempt to sell to. This may seem rather pedantic now, but when you're a salesperson, you have so many hours in the day you can spend on pitching to new clients. All of that time should be spent on clients that have the highest propensity to actually do business with you. Lastly, know that your ICP may evolve over time as you progress in your career. Remember to always be testing your assumptions and experimenting to find new clients to sell to. An example ICP may look like targeting small business owners in or around the San Francisco area of California in their 30s or 40s with 1 or more child.